morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. I love to help people keep their money. How you doing today? Good morning. Welcome to the Instant Coffee with Jan show. I happen to have my instant coffee with me, of which I will take a sip right now. Hang on. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Listen, I want to talk to you today about organization style. What does that mean? And slash, does this have anything to do with keeping more of your money? Personally, I think it does. I know some people get like, they don't like ruts, and I get that. But there's something to be said about an organized task routine of certain things. I'll give you an example. For me, for my lifestyle, I like to clean out my refrigerator once a week. When? On a Friday morning. Well, why do I like to do that? Because over the weekend, that's the time that I assess for the following week stuff that I might need to buy, stuff that I don't need to buy, and stuff that I assess to use up very soon. Number one, it helps to avoid food waste. Number two, it helps me to spend less. Why? Because if I could figure out to get several more meals from the things that I already own, why should I pay twice for it? And heaven forbid, I really dislike food waste. And when there are so many situations in life where the things that some people decide to discard could literally be their dinner or their breakfast. And that just hurts my heart. It just breaks my heart. So at all times, I like to avoid situations like that. And some people may say, well, that's, boring every single Friday cleaning out your refrigerator. This is what I like to do, but it's not like the rule of law. See, this is what I want to impress upon people. Just because a person has, let's say, a schedule of which they choose to adhere to because it's more convenient and logical for their lifestyle, doesn't mean that there isn't any wiggle room in between. Now, some people's task finding or task doing schedule is a lot different. For example, they may be more of a, as I call it, a loosey-goosey kind of schedule. They'll check their refrigerator here and there, and if they have time, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm just more of a stickler about organizing my time, because in my case, for example, I have to organize my time because I work from home. And when you work from home, to me, in my opinion, I don't like to, again, I guess I take the same tasking and just apply it. I don't like to do things any old which way. I assign, excuse that frog in my throat, gotta grab more coffee, hang on. Excuse me, please. I like to assign certain times of the day when I know actually that I work better, that I'm more efficient, that I'm more proficient, that my brain could come up with better ideas. I'm a morning person. I prefer working in the morning. Some people, their best biorhythmic time of the day may be later on. Some people are actually night owls and they're more perfunctory at night. Yes, there really is such a word as perfunctory. I can't make this stuff up. So here's the thing. You have to find out what works best for your schedule at home. But I definitely believe there is a connection between being organized, disorganized, and how you manage your financials. What could that connection be? Well, for example, people that do not like to sit down and create a spending plan. Some people say, I don't need a spending plan. I don't have to have a spending plan. Okay. But guess what? Actually, I think that everyone should consider, at the very least, having one, even if you know where everything goes. Oh, I know that everything's going to go to a certain place month in and month out. I pretty much know the numbers that are coming in. But if you're in business for yourself, every single month, the income is a lot different than last month. So people that are in business for themselves know that there is really no fixed unless you're on a fixed income. And even for the folks that are living on a fixed income, guess what? That does not mean that their outgo is fixed. Maybe once or twice it might be in succession that you have 2 or 3 months in a row that seem similar. But how do you know that the next month something cannot happen in between? We do not know. This is why Getting back to my original point, in my opinion, it makes a lot of logical sense to have somewhat of an idea as to your ongoings and your chores. Now, whatever style you have, if it works for you and if it works for your family, fine. But if you're finding yourself very disorganized and feeling flustered and overwhelmed, then to me, that tells me it speaks volumes that somewhere along the line, something is gotten out of whack. And it might require a sit down to figure out, wait a minute, why am I feeling so overwhelmed? Why is this refrigerator taking 3 times as long to clean? Well, let's think about that for a second. Let's pretend that, let's say you skipped doing your refrigerator, cleaning it out for quite some time. And all of a sudden, the doors are bursting open and the stuff is staring at you and going like, what? That is not a fun place to be. I mean, this is just a tiny example. Well, let's say your clothing closets, right? Every once in a while, it's really good to assess, do I really wear these things? If you haven't worn that thing in a couple of years, to me, the 2 year test is a good test. The 2 year test with clothing. If maybe the things don't fit any longer, maybe just whatever the reason, you just don't like it anymore. I'm not saying toss it. I'm suggesting strongly donate it. Absolutely. Because again, what you might feel is boring to you may be extremely helpful to someone else. That's why, like, if you could sit down, if you feel like your whole life is out of whack, sometimes it's not your whole life that's out of whack. Sometimes it's the little things that you do daily that annoy you. Opening up that disorganized refrigerator every day, you don't realize it's like preying upon you. Opening up that overtly crowded closet that, like, when you open it, you got to be fearful that the stuff is not going to fly down like an avalanche over you when you open it up. Believe it or not, those are the little insidious things, and I'm telling you, I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. Those are the little insidious things that cause people stress. So I ask myself, would I rather have a little bit of, as I call in my own mind's eye, a little bit of personal law and order, or would I rather have chaos? To me, Janet, I rather plan something. That does not mean that I'm going to stick to it like glue. That is just an outline. It is a desired outline in my life, talking about myself. And this is, again, everybody listening, my opinion. This is my opinion, what I'm saying here. I don't give advice. I give my opinion. This is my opinion. To me, I rather have an idea as to what I expect from me to have a better outcome. What is the purpose of organizing things anyway? What is the purpose of keeping things at bay? Is it not to make, at the end of the day, your life smoothly, more smooth or smoother, whatever way you want to say it? But I definitely believe there is absolutely, especially when it comes to your stockpile storage spaces, for example, like your refrigerators, like your freezers, like your actual pantry stockpile, there is a connection of disorganization versus organization versus how much money you get to keep versus how much extra money one can spend for no good reason, where it can be reallocated elsewhere. This is important because a lot of people swear up and down, I can't save, but I can't save. Somewhere along the line, there is a leak in the personal system, in your personal system at home. I mean it. Take a minute, think about it. Don't think too long. Sometimes you just have to take action. Put on some favorite music, whatever, stay positive and know that even if it takes a half hour a day till your little goal is accomplished, think of how good you are going to feel when everything that you desired is finished and you've reached your goal. There you go. All right, everybody. Wishing everybody an amazing, fantastic day. Till the next time, take good care. Bye-bye.